Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name is Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 203, dude. And listen, I got to start off the episode. We got to promote, we got to plug, we got to pay the bills, okay? You thought I was joking. You thought it was a joke. You thought it was a joke a few weeks ago when I said that Meg's blown booby art is for sale. You know what I mean? It's here. It's a one of one. It's for sale, dude, okay? All you got to do is go to waddpod.com, waddpod.com /art. waddpod.com /art, waddpod.com /art, and you can purchase one of these bad boys. They're for sale. It's an original one of one. You know what I mean? This one's a little more sharky funny, maybe for the kids' room. This one's a little more, art, majestic, kind of like stylized, maybe for the bedroom. You know what I mean? Hey, you having a kid? You have a little baby boy basket bundle biscuit baby growing in your belly, baby boy on the way? These will go perfect in the nursery. You know what I mean? Hook up the nurse with this set of paintings here. You can buy one, you can buy two. If you go to waddpod.com /art, you can fill out a real form and put in your real credit card number. It's not a joke. And give me money and I will ship these to you. It's not a joke. This is real life. This is art. It's blown booby art by Megs.
What are we doing?
I told you we were doing it. I told you Gypsy Rose stole the idea. You think it's a bit. Every single thing, this is what happens. They start as a bit, but then it becomes real life, and it is real life. waddpod.com /art. You know what I mean? You need these for the house. And as soon as you buy them, they're one of one. There's only two available. It's hot commodities around here. You want these one of ones in your house. You know you do. You need them for the apartment because your house is lacking. You don't know how to decorate it. You don't really have too much art going on. You need something bright, something poppy like the ocean. And so with that comes these two pieces of blown booby art by Megs. You know what I mean? She took her tits and she put them in some blue and some gold paint and some glitter she threw on there and a little patch. And boom, now we've got these lovely pieces of art. And you can go to waddpod.com /art and purchase them for a very reasonable, very, very, very bottom line, it's the best we can do kind of price. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
And so if you get them now, they're hot. You know what? They're still available. Check them out. If you go to the link, waddpod.com /art, and you still see a thing and it doesn't say sorry, there's been an error, boom, you can still buy them. They're available. So check it out. Get the credit card out, get the Debbie, and let's punch in those numbers. Credit card, boom. Expiration date, boom. Secret code, boom. Zip code, boom. Trust me, it's a Stripe link. You don't need to worry about me. I'm not stealing your information. I just want you to have this art and make it as easy as possible. So go to waddpod.com /art, and you're going to be just instantly, as soon as you make the payment, I'll know. I'll send them out the next day whenever the post office is open, you know what I'm saying, and get you these masterpieces in hand. You want me to sign them? You want Megs to sign them? You want her to do a little like imprint on the back of the booby? You know what I mean? We could do that. That's dope. We'll do that. Let us know. I'll make a notes field on the checkout screen. You can put whatever you want us to do with these pieces of art after you yourself have purchased them with the money that you've earned this last week. So thank you to everybody who's been interested in these art pieces. I mean, it's a one of one, one of two type style situation. I mean, they're both technically one of one. They're different style of category. But if you want to collect all that Megs has done thus far with her business, she's currently right now as we speak working on 5 new pieces.
What are we doing?
So hopefully by next week they'll dry and we'll have 5 new pieces here for you to do the same thing. Go to the same link and buy that drop. You know what I mean? We're doing this drop style. We're not drop shipping, but we're doing it drop style. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, I'm serious. And so you should go to the link and you should buy it and you should support your local female artists. You know what I mean? Megs, This is her only job. This is her only income. She has no other. She's a stay-at-home. You know what I mean? So she's really proud of this. And I really need you guys to not make fun of it and go to waddlepod.com/art and support her in any way you possibly can to get these one-of-one masterpieces. It's actually undeniable the deal you'll get. If you buy one, yeah, fine. But if you buy both, there's a little bit of a discount.
What are we doing?
A little bit of a discount. You know what I'm saying? Like 25 maybe percent. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Whatever you see when you go to waddlepod.com/art is what it is at the end of the day. So punch in your information, hit submit. We'll ship them out to you first thing, maybe tomorrow or maybe Monday. And then you'll have them by like early next week. And then you can hang them up, make them look real nice, take a picture of them. And then boom, you can just, you have them in your room, take a picture of them, tag us on Instagram whenever you post a picture. Because now your apartment, your living room, your house, it looks 10 times better than it did with these on the wall.
What are we doing?
I mean, if I'm what unknown truths am I not speaking at the fact that would make and or break your interior design of your entire living space, having these two handcrafted art pieces by Megs on your wall. So that's pretty much it. Go to the link and do your thing. It's waddlepod.com/art. Ladies and gentlemen, it's episode 203. And basically, here's the thing. Before the media gets a hold of the story and you start seeing headlines on WGL8 and all the other local central PA news outlets start reporting on what happened just a mere few days ago, I would like to issue a formal apology to the elderly woman that I hit with my car in the Olive Garden parking lot last Wednesday evening. Listen, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, she approached me and started popping off on my son first.
What are we doing?
So naturally, I had to retaliate. We were literally enjoying an evening out at Olive Garden like most people do. My son's obsessed with it. It's one of the 1 to 4 places he eats for dinner about every day this summer. Just about every day this summer, my son is either eating dinner at Red Robin, Olive Garden, Forey's Drive-In, or anywhere else you can get a medium quality chicken tender in central Pennsylvania.
What are we doing?
And so while we were at Olive Garden for, I don't know, maybe the 37th time this summer, my son not having a meltdown at all. He is having a great day. He's happy. He's on his iPad. He's having a good time. We're at Olive Garden. He's got his favorite chicken tenders coming to the table with some on extra on the side. He always gets a little extra chicken tendy because he likes the chicken tenders at Olive Garden, okay? We have to go there to get him. It's what he likes, so it's what we do. And, you know, was there a moment once, maybe twice, maybe that's it, once or twice for about a few seconds each time that my son, as a 6-year-old boy, a 6-year-old toddler, a 6-year-old child would normally do as a boy, spats out these random noises. Because A, he's autistic, and B, he's watching one of his YouTube videos that are filled with non-stop sound effects, actions, pop, poo, pop, pop, da. Because that's how they keep the kids' attention. That's how they get 30 million views overnight. And that's how these kids' YouTube channels just generate millions of dollars of revenue every month while they're sleeping. These people aren't even running these YouTube channels. They have people in India editing the videos for them while they sleep. And by the time they wake up, the videos are uploaded on their channel. They just have to title it, hit publish, and it's good to go. And it's essentially this like nonstop ADHD-ification of a YouTube video, which keeps the children entertained and focused in for as long as possible, aka retention on YouTube, more money for the creators. And so my son is mimicking these sounds once or twice in Olive Garden. Was it a little loud? Yeah, it was a little bit. But like it instantly stops. After 30 seconds, he moves on and he's been quiet the rest of the 20 minutes that we are sitting there. And so as this old couple, this decrepit from the crypt kind of like troll, kind of just overweight, probably should have been checked into like a hospice kind of style living type of elderly couple walks up to our table, approaches our table as they are leaving from their experience at Olive Garden, comes up to our table, and I immediately think, oh, usually the old ladies love my son's red hair. So I'm thinking, here comes a compliment. What instead happened was that this decrepit, crispy, crackety old lady, like the old lady in the wheelchair that wants to buy the chocolates from SpongeBob, that's what this lady represented to me now in my brain.
What are we doing?
This is what she looked like. She didn't have a wheelchair, but she looked like the SpongeBob chocolate old lady. And so she approaches our table and immediately says, and I'm not making any of this up, this is word for word, she looks directly at Megan and goes, you know, it's extremely hard for me to sit over there and enjoy my dinner here at Olive Garden when your son's over here making a ruckus, so much noise that it has just disturbed us. And the fact that you have not punished him for making such noises out in public the way he is makes you a terrible mother.
What are we doing?
And at this point in time, I'm midway through a sip. I'm midway through a full sip because I thought she was going to compliment my son for being such a precious angel, but instead, she's burning him alive. So I almost choked on my water. And so I immediately start laughing out loud.
What are we doing?
Because I don't know how to react in this moment. Because my son, who is having an incredible experience, he's having a great day, he just started the first grade, he's loving life, he had a killer summer, did great at the wedding, one minor meltdown, and the rest of the year he went to camp, he had his person over every day for lessons. I mean, it was an incredible summer for my son. And the fact that he was having one final day of summer at the Olive Garden, and it has now been bombarded by some disgusting, overweight, fat, 99-year-old, like skin just melting off her butt. She should not exist as a human being of an old lady, has come over to our table. And for one or two mediocre sounds that may have come out of my son's mouth, God forbid, he's behaving. He could be screaming. He could be a screaming baby who's hungry and the parents don't have formula. He could be crying. It could be a constant yell at the top of his lungs, but one or two minor outbursts, and you're coming over here telling us that we should have punished our son right then and there in the booth of Olive Garden because he did a for like, I don't know, 3 seconds, and you were so disturbed, you were so distraught by the sounds coming out of the other side of the fucking restaurant that you were no longer able to enjoy your mid-tier fettuccine Alfredo and all-you-can-eat breadsticks. Hey, bitch, why don't you shove another stick down your throat?
What are we doing?
I'm so sorry that your Italian dressing lettuce and olives and peppers and unlimited salad bowl that you and your husband are enjoying for the first time in 3 months is totally disrupted by one teeny sound that came out of my son's mouth, that you had to come over here, have the audacity to look in my wife's face and say that she's a terrible person and didn't know how to raise her son because we didn't punish him immediately because his octave level went above whatever your hearing aid is set to, you old bitch.
What are we doing?
And so then I'm laughing at her because there's no way this is the reality we live in. I am laughing as she is now walking towards the front desk of Olive Garden to complain about us once again. She complained to the server who was already at her table. She might not have even left them a tip. I think we had the same server. I'm pretty sure because of my son, she didn't leave a tip for the server, and then our server never came back to our table.
What are we doing?
And so at the end of the day, she complained on her way out, and her decrepit tan bark of a crispy falling down tree in the woods, if it falls, you never know who should be on his way out the door tomorrow of a husband. Finally, just to do a 1-2 hit ringer as they're walking out goes, "You really don't know how to raise him, do ya?"
What are we doing?
And I mean, bro, the fact that people now within our society have the audacity to come up to other people that they don't know and give unsolicited parenting advice and or lectures in the middle of the restaurant. Do you understand that we typically go to Olive Garden with my stepfather and my mother? And if they would have been there during that experience, it probably would have been 10 to 3 times as uglier as it would have been.
What are we doing?
We were just so flabbergasted in the moment that our son was such a well-behaved, precious little angel at the whole experience. And this decrepit old lady had the audacity to stumble on over to our table and like ring us for being terrible parents, to the point where 3 other servers from the restaurant came up to our table and apologized to let us know we're doing a great fucking job.
What are we doing?
I mean, the ball on some people, and you know for a fact that those 2 old ass people, when they left that restaurant and went back and talked to whoever they talked to, their family, their daughters, their friends at the home or wherever they live on the cul-de-sac, they're like, "Can you believe the experience we had? Can you believe the experience that this boy was just screaming at the top of his lungs nonstop at the Olive Garden and his parents didn't do anything to punish him?"
What are we doing?
I mean, at the end of the day, if you were not going to come up to me and approach my family and say anything along the lines of "Your son is precious and I love his red hair," which, by the way, we get that compliment from strangers out in public about, 4 times a week.
What are we doing?
So that's why we were totally blindsided and blown off by this full-blown attack on Pearl Harbor of the Olive Garden. The lady dropped all of her breadstick bombs on our table and tried to tell us that at the end of the day, we were terrible parents because we didn't punish our son in the middle of the Olive Garden for making, a pee!
What are we doing?
So listen, everyone's up in arms about this Cracker Barrel, okay? Cracker Barrel, which has been known for years to have sub-borderline branding and decor and just an overall atmosphere of this kind of modern era age of a little bit of just maybe 3% of racism. And so now, come 2025, we heard this news just like 2 or 3 years ago. Pretty sure we reported on it on this show, that the new CEO was going to come in. She was going to change everything. She was going to flip the company upside down, remove all of those old 1800, 1700, 1900 stereotypes from the physical locations and the brand and everything that has to do with what we know as the restaurant at every other exit down any Pennsylvania highway that is of the Cracker Barrel. And so once she announced this, we were all like, yeah, okay, maybe they'll probably do it. We'll hate it. Then they'll just kind of take it back seats because they only might have done 1 or 2 restaurants. The issue is they're going through with it.
What are we doing?
And they have been. And now that the public is a witness to the transformation of Cracker Barrel 3.0, aka Project 2025 Cracker Barrel, that is, it would seem as if the majority of the world hates it.
What are we doing?
And so this whole first thing, it kicked off with a brand new logo. Okay, as I'm sure we're all familiar with the original Cracker Barrel logo. Here it is. It's on your screen. And now here is the new proposed official launched. It's on the app. It's on social media. We all saw it. It is the officially new 2025 Cracker Barrel logo. Much more simplified. We removed the barrel, we removed the cracker, and now we just have the text, and we have the shape, and we have the color, and that's it. It's simplistic, it's simple, it's Cracker Barrel, it's 2025, and guess what? Everyone hates it.
What are we doing?
And so at the end of the day, when you go through such a drastic rebrand such as this, okay, you might need to sometimes go back to the drawing board, repivot, and maybe rethink some of the decisions. So, as a digital agency owner such as myself, I have a bit of a background and a bit of rumblings and a bit of fun and a bit of skill set within the realms of graphic design and logo creation. I just hooked up my girl Mo. We just did her branding for her new mental health business. We're gonna have her on this platform talking about that sometime soon. So we just hooked that up. We do web design. We do it all. We do digital assets. We do design. And so I took what they had, what they made it, and kind of met everyone in the middle, okay? We're mixing a little bit of new with a little bit of old. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the official Cracker Barrel logo version 2025 2.0. Look at it. It's on the screen. It's me, dude.
What are we doing?
And so I think with this now endorsement from Cracker Barrel with me and the podcast, they're like, listen, Levi, we're going into 2025. We're being more modern. We need to reach out to podcasters such as yourself. Do you want to represent this brand? Yes or yes? And I said, of course, brand new hot as shit CEO. I love you and I'll be your brand ambassador. So here I am, the brand new face of Cracker Barrel.
What are we doing?
And I'm proud to say, you can see the logo. There it is, bright as day. We brought back, you know what I mean, a younger, more modern, more, you know what I mean, kind of in the middle. I don't got a racist bone in my body. I love my friends. It doesn't matter what ethnicity they are, their skin color, it doesn't matter. Like one of my best friends is as black as can be.
What are we doing?
I've got Asian friends, I've got Hispanic friends, I've got straight friends, I got gay friends. I love everybody, and that's why this podcast is all inclusive, okay? We love the pot of friends and family in America. I mean, my sister and her wife are now pregnant with their first child. You know what I'm saying? So like we've got a diverse cast here within the realms and 1 degree off from the What Are We Doing studios. You know what I mean? We got Jeff the editor, we've got Carla, we've got Monet, we've got Megs, we've got all of our friends that we love. So we've got me, a more modernistic, forward-facing figure, sitting next to what can only be described as the one thing that everyone wanted to bring back, and that is the barrel. It's not Cracker Barrel without the barrel, so guess what? We brought it back.
What are we doing?
And then, of course, the new logo with the font. And it's here, and it's perfect, and it's beautiful, and I think it represents not only where the brand is going, but where it can go and where it's been at the same time. So now that we've wrapped up that whole situation, I have to now go. I'm going to pitch this. I think first thing Monday morning, we have our meeting with the hottest shit CEO and a bunch of their board of directors and advisors. And we're going to go over this new logo version that I've created and hopefully get it to be the end all be all to satisfy the eruption that is that of the internet, who seemingly hates the new logo. And they don't only hate the new logo, friends, they're hating on the new restaurants, okay? These new restaurants, in my opinion, look great.
What are we doing?
Like, I don't understand why and where we have fallen so far as a society to say that, like, okay, yeah, here we have an old green and brown, rusty, dusty old Cracker Barrel that we're used to, and it's fine. We love it. It's nostalgic. But you know what looks a little bit better and is a little bit more comfortable for, I don't know, families, older individuals, younger individuals, and Gen Z? Something that looks like this.
What are we doing?
But everyone else online seems to have come to hate this remodel and rebrand. And it's been over, 47 years, they're saying, that this is the first time that the rebrand has actually happened. You want to see more of the restaurant? Here's a look at just a little bit of a spin of the inside. I mean, you can see white kind of ish walls, modern decor. We've got a couple booths now. Thank God. We love a booth. I can't do the hardwood table. I can't sit on those hardwood chairs.
What are we doing?
If you think it is comfortable sitting on those hardwooden chairs that it just makes up every Cracker Barrel seat ever is comfortable, hey, jump off a roof.
What are we doing?
It's not comfortable. And so now we've got some what looks like cushion booths. Thank God I'm getting a booth every time because I don't understand where all the hate is coming from. Okay, so the new CEO, of course, speaks out. We've got everyone speaking out. I'm speaking out. The CEO speaking out. The barrel speaking out. I mean, we have got just a massive, massive dumpster fire on our hands to the point where what's the stock at? I think the stock's down like 15%.
What are we doing?
They are literally calling for the firing and letting go of the CEO that made all of these decisions. And I don't understand why. And I honestly hope she bounces back. You know what I mean? Here's the CEO of Cracker Barrel speaking of the initiative and how all of the online hate, okay, little buddy asked her, what are you going to do when everyone online hates the new logo and hates the remodels? What are you going to do? Are you going to like transform them back if there's enough like, you know, backlash? And this was her answer. Listen to this.
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that
sounds expensive.
What are we doing?
Remodel. When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So
in a modern
we're doing everything for our guests and
restaurant.
our team members. Honestly, the feedback.
You know, like, so the feedback that she's getting from her employees and all of her managers are basically saying like, yo, sign me up. Get me on the list, get me a remodel, get me everything I need to make this happen. I need the 2025 version of the Cracker Barrel right now. I need it tomorrow, not today, not the next day. I need it yesterday. When can I get it? Because listen, we've got 97 Cracker Barrels along 83 in Pennsylvania that need to be modernized, and I need them done ASAP.
What are we doing?
I've got one right by my house. I've got a Cracker Barrel 5 minutes from the house. We just ordered it based on all of this news. I said, hey, we've got to support this hot as shit. I mean, the CEO, dude, sneaky hot.
What are we doing?
The CEO of Cracker Barrel, whoop, boy, don't let me. Hey, if the CEO of Cracker Barrel wants to come on this podcast, she certainly can. Please, please, please. Please come on over. You want to come on this podcast, Cracker Barrel CEO? I'll have you on anytime. You want to come on every week? Let's go. You can be my new partner, Cracker Barrel CEO. What's your number? Let me get them dig. Asking a girl for her number over a pre-recorded podcast is a ballsy move in 2025. But hey, so is remodeling every single Cracker Barrel in the United States.
What are we doing?
And so if she's confident, dude, I'm confident, but it doesn't seem like anyone within the span of the internet is speaking out in favor of this new Cracker Barrel brand. So like I mentioned, I mean, the stock's down, I think 10 or 20%. They lost millions of dollars overnight. Everyone's calling for the CEO to be fired. And so, like I said, man, we ordered it the other night. It was okay. You know what I mean? I don't expect much from restaurants with delivery standards anyways. It's probably sitting at the restaurant for 20 minutes. It takes the delivery driver 20 minutes to get back to my house because they got to stop for drugs on the way. Like it's a whole process. So like by the time it gets to me, there's only certain things that are actually good for delivery. I don't think Cracker Barrel's one of them. I mean, the meatloaf was okay. The potato was okay. The chicken and dumplings was nothing but like goopy, chewy dumpling. It wasn't good at all. Most of it was flavorless. Like the meatloaf and potatoes are pretty much bland. Megs got just like a girl dinner with like 4 sides. So that was fine for her. I didn't really, the mac and cheese again wasn't the best. So like it's mid-tier food. I mean, like what, like we're already, I mean, like what are we not already putting, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what category are we putting Cracker Barrel in? Like, I feel like everyone on the internet is putting Cracker Barrel up there next to like Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, when in reality, we're more like a Metro diner, maybe like right below a First Watch style type of breakfast, like 1/2 notch above a Denny's.
What are we doing?
Like Cracker Barrel and Denny's is kind of like right there. And I don't know if you've been to Denny's lately, but I have, and my experience was just like a 3 out of 10, dude.
What are we doing?
Denny's back in like 2000 and like, I don't know, 16, 2017, 2018 used to pop off, especially at 1 a.m. I mean, you got to be half drunk to go. But going to Denny's now, say like in the middle of the day or the afternoon, it doesn't do it for you anymore. And so Cracker Barrel's kind of almost right there. So I don't really know what everyone is expecting to happen here, unless they're representing like they're bringing out a new menu. But like, hey man, every IHOP you go to now is like half of an Applebee's. They just merged IHOP and Applebee's together, and not a single damn tweet was written about how awful that combination is.
What are we doing?
But you know, Cracker Barrel changes one teensy-weensy little logo and the whole internet's on fire. You know what I mean? I guess what I can't seem to figure out is how in God's name is everyone so goddamn upset? Like, who gives a shit that the walls of Cracker Barrel are now white and blue? They used to be brown, but now they're white? It's going to be the same overcooked cornbread and biscuits every time.
What are we doing?
You know, and yet somehow 90% of the population's upset to the point of like, we're almost rioting, by the way. And you know what I mean? It's just, we're pivoting. We're pivoting because this is a reality we should not be on. We need to like go somewhere else, take a right turn. Let's get another pandemic going because this isn't it. And I think the only person that can really save us, dude, the only person that can really save us from this whole Cracker Barrelification of it all is Sydney Sweeney.
What are we doing?
I think Sydney Sweeney is the only person who can save us on this planet. I mean, just look at her. Isn't she precious in a Cracker Barrel tank top?
What are we doing?
It's Sydney Sweeney, and she's gonna save Cracker Barrel, whether it's with the old branding or the new. I think bringing on me and Sydney Sweeney as brand ambassadors, thank you to the hottest shit CEO. It's probably one of the best decisions that you've made thus far. Change the logo, change the decor in the restaurants, hire me, hire Sydney Sweeney, and we're going to take over the world. We're going to knock Denny's out of the competition. We're going to knock Metro Diner out. We're going to knock First Watch out. We're going to knock Applebee's out. We're going to knock IHOP out. And we're going to be the go-to breakfast and dinner option, not only for the old people who are going to come up and yell about my son making too much noise, but the younger generation, Gen Z, we'll get them in. We'll get some stuff in the gift shop that they actually like. And we're going to win with Sydney Sweeney.
What are we doing?
Cindy Sweeney, she's gonna save us all. You know what I mean? But like, dude, I mean, the new menu, I mean, hey, how could you be mad at the new Cracker Barrel menu? What's wrong with the new Fall Fest 2025? Here are some of the items. Listen to this. I don't understand what's wrong with these, but with the new logo and the fully renovated restaurants, Cracker Barrel now has all new menu items, starting with Grandma's Gender Sampler. That's a breakfast option. You can choose 3 or 4 things. MAGA Country Fried Steak. That sounds good. BLM Biscuits and Gravy. My favorite new dish, by the way. It's delicious, and it's for a good cause. Half of the proceeds go to the BLM movement. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
We've also got the Big Bowl Beautiful Breakfast Platter. Hello, talk about getting with the times. And we've also got, this is one of my favorites, I've got to try this, the Anti-Semitism Steak and Eggs.
What are we doing?
So Cracker Barrel, I mean, they're making moves. Cracker Barrel's out here. Why wouldn't you want to eat here? Why wouldn't you want to eat at Cracker Barrel in 2025? Okay, and by the way, are they keeping the stars?
What are we doing?
Are they keeping the star rating? If we're keeping the star rating in the all-new Cracker Barrels, thank you. Hottest Shit CEO, if we have that as an option, I needed to keep the star rating in the Cracker Barrel. For those of you who don't know, Cracker Barrel degrades their newest and mid-level servers to the point where you have to have a star rating embroidered on your apron so that when you approach the table for the first time, the people sitting there can immediately know what kind of experience to expect based on the lottery system that thereof the employee server ranking system at Cracker Barrel.
What are we doing?
Sometimes you'll sit down and someone will approach you with 1 star on their apron. Sometimes they'll have 2, 3, 4, all the way up to a 5-star Cracker Barrel employee. Now, I don't know the internal system. I think some of my friends might have worked there. They might know exactly how it works, but I'm sure it entails the amount of time you've been working at Cracker Barrel, the amount of good feedback you get, the amount of shifts you work. I'm sure there are plenty of things that go towards the stamina builder that there is of you getting more than 1, 2, or 3, or 4 stars on your apron as a Cracker Barrel server, okay? And so when you start, you're a 1-star bitch. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
And at the end of the day, that's what I like to see. Because if I sit down, dude, I've done this. I've done it. I've done it the last 5 times we've been to Cracker Barrel. We're approached by someone either who just started or is only a couple months in. They've got 1 star on their apron. Not good. Get away from me. I want someone else.
What are we doing?
I only accept service at the Cracker Barrel with someone who has 3 stars and above, please. Thank you. My son's autistic. He's probably going to make a little extra noise, but other than that, he shouldn't be too disturbing. And someone with only 3 or more stars on their apron would understand that.
What are we doing?
So I'm sorry, but like, don't make me the bad guy. Don't call me a classist, whatever, dirtbag. I don't know what this proper term is for only wanting a 3, 4, or 5-star server at Cracker Barrel. But hey, they implemented the system. Don't blame me for taking advantage thereof my natural born right as a citizen in this country via eating at Cracker Barrel before 2025.
What are we doing?
I don't know if they're keeping the star system or not, but let's hope they do just for our sake. You know what I mean? It's Cracker Barrel, babes. We saved them. It's the new logo. It's me. We did it, Sydney Sweeney.
What are we doing?
So we got another Trump phone update, dude. Everybody has been clenching their butt cheeks waiting for the official announcement or release that is that thereof the Trump T1 all gold phone, okay? And essentially what had happened was during the initial launch of Trump Mobile, or the initial announcement, the pre-order, the initial sign up for the service if you already have your own phone, was the fact that the phone that they were displaying on the website wasn't really doing it for the tech nerds and reviewers of YouTube and the internet and Twitter and just the general person who can look at a photo and go, oh, that's photoshopped in general.
What are we doing?
And so the phone that they initially put on the website was some like off-brand Temu, whatever phone that they just slapped a gold Photoshop on top of with a gold logo with Trump and it says T1. Now, in their press release that they have put out this week, they've officially been community noted, and you know it's bad when that happens.
What are we doing?
Back on Monday or Tuesday, they tweeted this: the wait is almost over. The T1 phone is powerful, sleek, and built with the features you need most. Pre-order today and be among the first to experience. Go to TrumpMobile.com.
What are we doing?
And ladies and gentlemen, before I continue, I need to tell you that if you are going to spend your hard-earned cash and put in your information that is there of your first and last name, address, and phone number, credit and or debit card information into any website this week, do not let it be TrumpMobile.com. It is a scam. You will lose money. It's expensive, and they have a whole bunch of stuff in their fine print that isn't good for you. It's more than it actually is a month, and they advertise, and this phone doesn't actually exist. Don't give your money to them. Give it to me. Go to wadpod.com/art. That is your disclaimer for this episode. Thank you. Back to it. Don't go to TrumpMobile.com. It's not safe for your wallet.
What are we doing?
So they posted this: pre-order the Trump phone, gold finish, big power. The only issue with this advertisement that they just posted this week is the same issue that they had when they initially launched the website a few months ago, that this phone isn't the same phone that they originally advertised. And at the end of the day, this phone is actually a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra in a case by case manufacturer Spidget.
What are we doing?
And how do we know that? Because they left the goddamn watermark on the photo. We've got a zoomed in portion right here on the screen. It's still on their advertisement of a photo with what is clearly the back of a Samsung Galaxy S25. Here's the actual photo from the case manufacturer's website just for a comparison. You can see it right here. And of course, we have the case manufacturer already responding to this post by Trump Mobile, not by Trump himself, but his team and his family and his association. So of course, the tweet reads, slap on a case, don't catch a case, lawsuit inbound.
What are we doing?
So get your bags, boo. I hope this case company sues the shit out of Trump Mobile, and I hope they settle, and I hope they win. I hope they get a big bag, and then I hope they talk about it afterwards. This is one of the biggest grifts, one of the biggest scams that I think a sitting United States president, twice elected, has ever run on anyone of nationality of the country that they are, in fact, in charge of.
What are we doing?
Donald Trump getting innocent supporters of his to sign up for Trump Mobile when it is one of the most blatant scams in America today. I don't understand what it is. I don't understand how it's not a scam. They keep advertising a phone that's a different phone every time. The service is advertised as $45 a month, but after fees, taxes, a Trump fee, an Eric Trump fee, and a Barron Trump fee, you're actually paying $67 a month per line. And by the way, it has to be on auto pay. There's no manual pay. There's no manual bill. There's no paper bill. You have to give them your credit or debit card number upon sign up, and they will take that money out of your account every single month, whether you have it or not. And if you don't, they shut you down within 24 hours. Boom, no phone number, no phone for you.
What are we doing?
It is a very predatory mobile phone service. But hey, we're going to keep the grift going. We're going to keep posting someone else's phone and case company. I wonder who's going to be next. And so if that's not bad enough, Donald Trump is also, if you have seen this past couple of weeks, using the Russian and Ukraine war to get his way into heaven.
What are we doing?
And what better way? What better way for someone such as Donald Trump, who has done just endless amounts of terrible, terrible things in his lifetime? The amount of shit and terrible decisions and gross and disgusting things that Donald Trump has done to not to forget the legal system. Behind closed doors, I'm sure he has paid off the likes of people from the 90s all the way up until yesterday. I don't think for a second that Donald Trump is a good guy when it comes to his personal life.
What are we doing?
And so what better way for him to get into heaven? What better way for Donald Trump to make his way from here, a living reality, to up to the pearly white gates of heaven to be accepted by Jesus, than use the saving of 7,000 plus lives a week to get an instant invite to heaven, that thereof him using his relationship with Zelensky and Vladimir Putin to end the war between Russia and the Ukraine, then Donald Trump then claiming it was because of him that all of these lives have been saved.
What are we doing?
Once Donald Trump saw himself on South Park in bed with the devil, it planted a seed. Yeah, we got the initial reaction from Trump's team in the White House. It says, what a disgrace. What a disgrace that South Park and the creators and Paramount would allow this to be aired and blah, 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 blah. These guys aren't worth $1.5 billion. They immediately released a rebuttal against South Park. But as soon as Trump saw him in bed with the devil, it planted a seed that, hey, he might actually be going to hell. So now he is doing everything in his power to get cool points with the big guy upstairs and do everything that he can possibly do while he's still alive to be a good little boy.
What are we doing?
And so now that he has his eyes on the prize, and that's the pearly white gates, he's got his friend Zelensky on one side of the phone call. He's got his friend Putin on the other side, and he's doing his best to secure his spot in heaven once the inevitable happens and we lose President Donald Trump. Take a listen. This is him. This is real. It's Fox News, and it's Donald Trump talking about the afterlife.
I want to end it. We're not losing American lives. We're not losing American soldiers. We're losing Russian and Ukrainian, mostly soldiers.
That's right.
Some people, as missiles hit wrong spots or get lobbed into cities like Kiev and towns. But, if I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed, I think that's I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole. But if I can get to heaven, this will be one of the reasons. Well, I think I saved a lot of lives with India, Pakistan. They were going at it. The planes were being shot.
A lot of lives I've saved. I'm getting to heaven. It's Donald Trump.
What are we doing?
He needs to get to heaven, bro. Donald Trump is using his war negotiations as cool points for getting himself up to heaven when he inevitably... how old is he now? I think he's like 87 years old. How old is Donald Trump? I think he's 79 years old. He's almost 80 years old. He just turned 79. He'll be 80 this time next year. How much... Donald Trump, we've only got a little bit of time, I think, with this man left. So... we'll see how things wind down with Trumpy Wumpy. You know what I mean? So he said on the campaign trail, one phone call and I'd have this whole Putin-Zelensky-Ukraine war taken care of. And now he's doing what he's doing. He's flexing. He's got fucking B-52 bombers flying over Putin's head. Like, hey, did you see that shit? That's what I used on Iran.
What are we doing?
If he had a button like this, he would have pressed it. He would have pressed this button. As soon as the B-52 bomber flew over Putin's head, he would have thought it was he thought it would have actually dropped a bomb on him.
What are we doing?
Oh, man. Talk about the muscle, and then bringing Zelensky back into the White House with Mr. J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance, just locked on like a viper. locked on like a pit viper to Zelensky. And the moment Zelensky becomes a little bit ungrateful towards the president and everything he's done to help the Ukraine, Vance is going to get him.
What are we doing?
Listen, we've got some premieres. We've got some internet news to talk about. We've got new music, new videos, new collabs, new everything when it comes to the world of TikTok and YouTubers. And I know you're not a fan, so I'm going to clue you in because you haven't gotten it from someone else. Here we go. This is the tea, okay? We've got all new music from your favorite duo. You know who I'm talking about, okay? These guys have been popping off for the last couple of years with their music. They've been dropping hit after hit after hit after hit. And this is, I think, their fourth or fifth hit. And I mean, I'm talking none other than your favorite rapping singer duo, AJ, and his double chunk chocolate cookie of a son, Big Justice.
What are we doing?
Just dropped, I think, their fourth or fifth studio produced single. And I mean, this one really is, I mean, you want to talk about bangers, bro? You want to talk about making bangers, making music? No one you know in the music scene from Central PA is dropping fire like this.
What are we doing?
No one doing, no punk band doing a show at Sheetz in the middle of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is dropping heat like this.
What are we doing?
No indie artist you know from your hometown rapper, singer, songwriter, duo, group is dropping songs like this. They're not making bangers.
What are we doing?
Like Big Fat Meatball, okay? And so with Big Justice and AJ dropping Big Fat Meatball, you know we gotta bring it to you right now with 5 big
What are we doing? What are we doing?
5 big ones, you know what I mean? Because Big Fat Meatball is an instant slapper, dude. Gen Z, the millennials, your parents, the boomer, the cranky old bitch and her husband at the Olive Garden yelling at my son is gonna be bumping Big Fat Meatballs all Halloween long.
What are we doing?
And for anyone who's confused about why they would call a song Big Fat Meatball, let me break it down for you. Apparently, what happens every Sunday at AJ and Big Justice's house, they got Mama Justice, they got the daughter, they got the sister, they got the other cousin who's now involved, they've got the Rizzler, okay? They've got whatever he does with his finger in his nose. They've got all the family over every Sunday. They got the prosciutto, they got the mozzarella, they got the salami, they got the appetizers, they got the sides, they got the salmon, they got the big spaghetti, they got the lasagna, and most importantly, they make giant, jumbo, big as shit meatballs
What are we doing?
for the family. So what natural better way to do something else that they love, to incorporate the music that they love making as a father-son duo that's not definitely going to end in misery for the both of them? Well then, what better way than to make a song called Big Round Meatballs, okay? And it's something that I think you are going to really enjoy. Here is the first half of the song. Let's get through it together. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ and Big Justice, Big Meatballs.
What are we doing?
It's finally here. It's so here. We're so back, baby.
Wake up early Sunday with one thing on our mind. We gotta get a head start. We can't be falling behind.
No.
Family's coming over for an afternoon feast.
They're all licking their chops because we cook like a beast.
They're licking
Break down for roasted peppers and the fresh mozzarella.
Gabagool and salami and some sliced mozzarella. But there's one more thing before our table is blessed. We're talking big fat meatballs.
Big Boom, AJ's are the best.
Big fat meatballs, they're our favorite meal.
Risen.
Big fat meatballs made of pork, beef, and veal. Big fat meatballs for our daughter and son. big fat meatballs for everyone.
Big fat meatballs, yo. You gotta go to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, TikTok, download it, play it, put it in your TikToks, use the sound, make it go viral. Big Round Meatballs by AJ and Big Justice is just one of the bits of tea we've got for you this week. So go listen to that. Go stream it out everywhere now. The second update we have is from none other than the princess herself, the queen of the internet. Her name is Trisha Paytas.
What are we doing?
And she has now made good friends with Arby's, okay? You heard our Arby's clip a few weeks ago with 280 Plus. Shout out to Los. He loves Arby's, so I'm sure he loves this collab. I highly doubt Carlos knows who Trisha Paytas is, but if he does, he's gonna love her brand new collab because it's with Arby's.
What are we doing?
And so part of a bigger campaign, I think Trevor Wallace and other influencers were also tapped for the Arby's collab. Unfortunately, I wasn't. I think I just barely missed the initial list, but it's fine. The only person we actually care about is Trisha Paytas, okay? And so it's basically goes without saying that Trisha Paytas's Arby's commercial is nothing but everything we could ever want. It is everything Trisha, and it is everything nostalgic when it comes to Trisha, and it is everything that we would fully expect when you have Trisha Paytas in an Arby's commercial. She is the queen. Bow down. It's Trisha Paytas' world. We're all just living in it. And if you haven't done so already, head to Arby's.
What are we doing?
Get yourself a jamoke, get yourself a beef and shed, and do what you need to do in the drive-thru at Arby's. We're slowly becoming fans over here. I'm now kind of seeing what Carlos was talking about. I might go get myself a beef and cheddar.
What are we doing?
And so here's the commercial. Let's take a look at Trisha Paytas. This is her Arby's commercial, just dropped. And I mean, it's not only, it's everything you could ask for when it comes to Trisha Paytas and Arby's. Take a look.
Oh my God. This is so good. It needs an iconic name. Mojaba. Choco Fifi. That man.
How about Jamocha?
Huh?
It's called a Jamocha shake.
What?
Jamocha.
Oh. Okay. What about Jamocha?
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
I'm so good at this.
I mean, nostalgic Trisha, classic Trisha. We've got nothing but love and support for Trisha Paytas as she is doing her damn thing. Listen, does she name her children weird names like Barbie, Elvis, and Aquaman? Yeah. But like now that she's kind of got like that trifecta, it kind of makes sense.
What are we doing?
Like if you're gonna have three children, their three names kind of sort of like it all like Elvis, Barbie, and Aquaman. Like she's literally got nothing but absolute bangers of a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and we're calling it the names of her children. And so shout out to Trisha. Let's dissect those names for a second. Let's just make sure there wasn't anything we might have missed. What were the names on her notepad that she had written down? Let's zoom in and do a little investigation. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Here's the first one. Joanne, Gqoen. I don't know what the first name is on the list of piece of paper. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. The second name is definitely Water Snake, Jaws, Aquaman, Chicken Nugget, Houdini, and Waterworld. I think these are probably what we can assume were all ideas / possibilities for her most latest child. I think she said on her podcast Houdini and Aquaman, and I think a couple others were within the realms of possibility, but they ultimately went with Aquaman for their latest child. So shout out to Aquaman Paytas.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean, dude? So Arby's with the classic, Trisha Paytas line. I've already got it clipped. I'm sending it out to people. I think I'm going to have it be a button, basically that is going to be on the soundboard. I'm going to have a button, and it's going to be this. Ready?
Oh. Okay.
And that's it. It's just going to be Trisha going, oh, okay.
What are we doing?
That'll be our next soundbite via the What Are We Doing podcast, okay? And last but not least, last pop culture kind of update here. Listen, you know me, I'm not a huge fan. I don't watch religiously. I haven't seen probably 90% of any type of content that South Park has ever put out. I know there's like 87 seasons. How many seasons are there of South Park? Let's find that out. You know what I mean? How many seasons are there of South Park? So there's 27, and I haven't seen more than 27 of them. So, but what I do know is that from time to time, South Park knocks it out of the park. And so from what we've been seeing from like their most recent season premiere with Donald Trump, then the next episode, I think, went after like JD Van, I think a couple other people, to now this week, I've just seen a clip. Let's pull up this clip. South Park knocking it out again with a Chat GPT bit.
What are we doing?
Okay, and when I saw this clip, when I saw this from their new season, I thought to myself, what an incredible bit. It's perfect. It's my life. I go through this every single day. I talk to Chat GPT the same way he does, and Megs is hitting me over the side of the head the same way his wife does. Just look at this clip from the latest South Park episode. I can't get enough of it. It's real. It's golden. It's entertainment. South Park knocking it out of the park once again with their new season, $1.5 billion Paramount deal. Look at this Chat GPT on South Park, dude.
What are we doing?
I mean, listen, dude, I've been on record saying it. If ChatGPT and AI goes away, I'm cooked. I can't write an email without it. I can't plan a meeting, do anything without ChatGPT. It's the reason I bought a brand new Mac. It's the reason I bought a brand new iPhone and a brand new iPad, because they told me their new AI was going to run my life. But that's obviously was a lie. And so that, you know, didn't happen. But like ChatGPT basically does now, I'm creeping back into Claude. I'm going to see what Gemini is all about. And it's going to be one of those situations where, like, if it's ever shut off, a lot of industries and a lot of businesses and a lot of office spaces and a lot of things are going to crumble. So let's hope that never happens, and or any of our foreign enemies realize that and shut down the power grid, because if the power grid goes, AI goes, and if AI goes, how are we going to live and function as a society?
What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for rocking with me. This has been episode 203. I can't believe we're so far in this game. Thank you so much for listening. My name's Levi McCurdy. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell for the notification, okay? Because you want to know when we're dropping those clips. You want to know when we're dropping those shorts. You want to know when we're dropping the next full episode, even though it's mostly on Fridays and or Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, sometimes Monday, depending on what I'm doing, but I drop one every week. Shut up! Thank you so much for watching another episode. A shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to people who support us. Shout out to Cracker Barrel. Shout out to you guys. You're going to make it through the storm. I'm a soldier. I support you, Cracker Barrel. I love you, Cracker Barrel, even though your food's a little mediocre. If you haven't ever been to a Cracker Barrel, get to one today. You'll know what I'm talking about. The glazed carrots are delicious. You get a little cornbread. You get a little honey. That's really good too. Get the salmon. Get the haddock. Get the sampler platter. Get all the sides. You got to get at least one of each side. They're cancer-curing sides at the Cracker Barrel. Go today now!
What are we doing?